You want to control peasants and bend them at your will? So let's talk about it. It's time to be a demigod. Save your residents and keep their islands from falling to your enemy. Towers and Powers is a VR tower defense game where you organize, oversee, bolster the defenses of your people with the divine interactions. In Towers of Powers, you'll find yourself in an ancient land surrounded by the beautiful landscape, elegant buildings, mystical creatures, and chaos. These gorgeous places are under attack, and as one of the gods, you'll have to save your residents and keep your islands from falling. But the rules forbid you from intervening directly, so what can you do? Only one thing is left: is take the powers in your own hands. Create your own team of peasants, priests, warriors, and magicians. Decide which buildings they need to use for your powers to defend the allies and trap your foes. Awaiting on the island, you'll find economic and military tasks to accomplish through exciting battles and travels to the Undertake, where loyal worshippers and cruel enemies and monsters and other things to encounter. So are you ready to start this divine journey? A quick rapid list of the main features of the game is, like I said, it's a tower defense in VR. You can play this game standing or sitting, alone or have the cat in your lap. Inspect the building and the battlefield from every different perspective, which is semi-okay, but you're kind of going around. Build towers that combine different type of units. Use your units not only in the towers, but also on the battlefield. And accumulate the mana and cast spells with your very own hands, and build barricades to hold those enemies in the opposition's ops back. Become the ancient god. Now, with all the facts out of the way, let's get into the real reason why you clicked on this video, from overall thoughts, impressions, and review. And my boys and girls, it goes as follows. I can't start the review off without mentioning this, but it has snap turn mandatory. Oh wait, doodle-fi garbage dumpster, diarrhea, shit turns in a basket, Pikachu's an asshole with the fire brewing out of his electricity tail of shitified chips. Assified, trashified, my boys. Trash shits. Trash shit napkins. Garbage. Dumpling turds. Now with that out of the way, Towers and Powers was hopeful and showed promise to take a game genre that I personally have little care in the world for into new heights, inside virtual reality, where I am a little bit more optimistic and willing to give everything its fair shake. But unfortunately, there is some problems that this game has, and before we get into its flaws, let's talk about what the game does good. Towers and Powers incorporates many different elements to pass the time while you play tower defensing. It strives to create tasks for you to do while planning out your strategy. The game has 15 total levels, which in my opinion, some of these levels are nothing but filler to help you flesh out that game's runtime. The graphics are crystal clear, and there was no crashing or performance bugs, but I did encounter a user error, which I later discovered out that to catch the floating powers of what I called the golden finches, you had to actually use the line of your glove to catch them and not an actual glove. So I am thankful that that was just a user error and it does work as intended. And the game isn't really that janky. But as you play through more of the game and you gain more units, the game then restricts you to only use units it provides per level, which defeats the point, in my opinion, of unlocking the various units in the first place. You do unlock a variety of powers, and you can choose to use them at your whims when you have enough mana. And well, you never really get enough mana to cast a spell multiple times. And more on the bad that I discussed, let's talk about the flaws. And unfortunately, the bad is Dookie chips. Very bad, very fucking bad, my boys. So, the game is terribly balanced. There's some waves and levels that you'll cruise through, yawning and absolutely be almost sleeping to, trying to wait and get past it, and then for some odd reason the difficulty spikes all the way up rapidly, and it literally makes no sense whatsoever. For example, I had to cheese the orc boss because he kept eating the souls and getting even stronger and stronger and stronger, so I had to sacrifice more of my peasants to get him to travel back. And I had to literally exploit the game's programming logic, or I wasn't even going to beat the level, despite it not being the intended way to actually beat the game. And if it was the intended way, then it's a moronic, doodle-fied dumpster garbage, dumpster diarrhea shit turds with pika leaves crumbled to a taco. More cheese and wine, please, for the game. And on top of that, there is not enough mana. The near end is just laughable how the fast the units spawn with their ridiculous protection umbrellas, and when your cooldowns, like I said, there's just not enough mana, not enough barriers to finally complete the level. And then I knocked it down to easy mode and still couldn't conquer it, which just completely soured my taste for the game. Towers and Powers tries to go for that more relaxing approach, but with the terrible balancing issues, you're going to end up being more aggravated than relaxed. And another issue I have with the game is by far the waves are just way too long. We're talking 8 waves per level. It's asinine, and only a simpleton would enjoy the tedious task of prolonging the level that long. Now, the first 2 levels were like 6 waves, and I feel like 6 waves could be near the middle and near to the end, and let the few beginning stages be cut down to 4, because 8 waves is just too long. It's guava turds, lime ass, sprinkled with shitty crispy chips that I did not enjoy. It's trashified, assified, my boys. Hot fire garbage, dumpster poo that will hurt you if you touch it with your grippers. We here at NGI give Towers and Powers on the PSVR2 a 5 out of 10. Make sure you stay up to date with all the latest in gaming tech news and reviews. Smash that like, and as always, subscribe. I'm gonna see you guys in the next stream or video. God bless and peace.
Slow them down.